I was about to bring you a lemonade shake-up.
It's my favorite. That and a corn dog. I've got the lemon shake-up under my belt, but I still got to come up with a corn dog.
Well, we can find a corn dog here. You can go flip some pork?
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
There's nobody more engaged in the process than Iowa voters. What's the best question you've gotten so far?
You know, always there's a focus on agriculture when you're in Iowa, and I think it gives people great confidence that I come from an agricultural state in Indiana. I get it. I understand the role that agriculture plays in the life of our economy, the challenges that people are facing, particularly under the Biden administration's failed policies. I had a question today about the lack of any effort to expand exports by this administration, and I think people know that if I have the privilege of being president of the United States, Leland, I'm going to be a champion for people in the city and on the farm, but they know that Mike Pence understands agriculture.
Yeah, the urban-rural divide in America may be bigger right now than the political divide. I couldn't help but notice yesterday there were some people who came by and were yelling at you and shouting at you. If you'd had a chance to sit down and talk to them, what would you like to have said?
Oh, look, I always say that's what freedom sounds like, right?
Fair enough.
People are entitled to their opinions, but they're not entitled to their facts. And I frankly welcome the opportunity, as we had again yesterday with one attendee at a soapbox I was standing on speaking, who asked me about the stand that I took on January 6th.
Yes. My question is this: why did you commit treason on January 6th and not stand by President Trump?
And as you and I have talked, I think the Constitution is very clear what my duty was that day, and the chance to encourage people to look fresh, because the American people love our Constitution, and the chance to make that case with people is always a privilege.
If you're elected president January 20th of 2025, you're going to take the oath of office not far from the events of January 6th, where you were on January 6th. What would you say on that day to the country to try and bring us back from where we are at now and where we were then?
Well, I would say that there will always be more that unites us in this country than could ever divide us. Chief among those things is faith and a belief in our ideals. And I also believe the American people long for us to restore a threshold of civility in public life, Leland. Once you get 15 miles out of Washington, D.C., the American people actually get along pretty well.
Real Americans a little more civil than it is there.
No, it's the truth. The American people know how to disagree without being disagreeable, and I'm going to stand firmly on the conservative agenda.
Speaking of a conservative agenda, and you've been a man of faith and principle for a long time. I've covered you since you were in the House. One thing you've been utterly consistent on is the issue of a pro-life agenda. Does the results in Ohio and the voters speaking pretty resoundingly, even in a Republican state, that you and President Trump carried twice, about the issue of abortion, does that speak to you or inform you at all, change your views, soften things?
Look, I'm pro-life. I don't apologize for it. There are things that are more important than politics. And having the opportunity now to restore the sanctity of life to the center of American law, I think, is a historic opportunity in our country, David. But look, I honestly believe that when you look at the recent midterm elections, men and women that stood with principle and compassion on behalf of the sanctity of life did very well. And I reject the notion that standing for the unborn, standing with women in crisis pregnancies, is a political loser. To me, it's all about standing without apology for the right to life, but also standing with compassion with women in crisis pregnancies, with advancing reforms like adoption reform in the country. And I believe that's how we can win hearts and minds and move our nation ever closer to the day that we restore the sanctity of life to the center of American law.
Good to see you, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, sir. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.